Well, we've got the Hawk Tuah Girl making her return after scamming everyone for millions of dollars on her meme coin. Now she's back to make amends. Apparently, she did a podcast, but she has been absent from her podcast for ever since she did this scam. First episode back is apparently with Banks, FaZe Banks, to talk about this scam, what had happened, all these weird things. But there's a lot of controversy around this because apparently there was a lot of stipulations that Banks put on. And honestly, I wouldn't hold Banks as like this shining light and beacon of hope in crypto. I don't think he's like some massive, fantastic person. He has a history of doing some shady things to get money. Look how he got the FaZe CS team. So it's not like he's a saint. But there's this clip going around right here. It's 2-minute clip of them talking about some of the stuff. So, oh, she broke down in tears. She just feels so bad. She feels so bad for taking millions of dollars from people. And it's just, the whole thing is insane. The whole thing is dumb. I don't even know why she bothered coming back. Just like, no one will see her in the same light. No one's gonna look at her and go, this is all right. She's actually completely innocent. Even if you want to give her the benefit of the doubt and say she had no idea of what her team was doing, wasn't involved in this rug pull thing. She still made money from it, but she wasn't involved in this to the level that other people were. She still was. She was the face of the whole thing. If she wasn't the face, it wouldn't have gotten anywhere near the traction that it did. So whether or not she was involved in how things went down, she was involved in giving it the exposure to get it to the heights that it got to.
Start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's gonna be good.
So to start this, obviously they're sitting here saying we're gonna make it all right. They're not going to. They're not going to. Hate to break that to you. This is what every single person does when they get caught in their scam and they want to keep an online persona around. Look at Logan Paul in CryptoZoo. He said the exact same things. I'm going to make people whole. We'll make sure everyone's all right. I didn't have anything to do with this. It was all the team that I put together that was the bad guys. They were bad. I'll save everyone. And he thanked CoffeeZilla for exposing it all. And then time went on. Nothing happened. He didn't give anyone any money. He didn't do anything. And then he tried to make it forget, kind of move on, try to just make content, do his thing, and continue going on with Prime and the WWE and stuff, and hoping people would forget. And because CoffeeZilla kept bringing stuff up, what did he do? He sued him to silence him. So I don't think she can go to those heights of like suing people to silence them. I don't even think people actually really care. No one's going to continuously bring this up.
And guys, listen, just as a temperature check, I just want to say, the first thing that she said to me off camera was, the minute you DM me, I really wish I just texted you and called you. And that speaks to me because of how I was introduced to crypto, and we'll get into that. But I'm also kind of on the back end of things too. Like, their team's been very forthcoming. My team is vetting them the fuck out right now and has been for the last week. Thread Guy and Frank, they're going to be.
So this part's funny too, because Banks says, my team, we're gonna vet them out, we're gonna get it all good, and we're gonna make sure that these guys are good people, right? And you'll see why that's funny. Maybe his team's not so great, and Banks isn't this, saint of a guy either. Especially in this crypto world, like the things he talks about on Twitter and stuff is insane. But at least for now, he hasn't launched a coin, right? But he tries to get people to launch coins, and for all we know, maybe there's stuff in the back end. There's people that have said they've looked at some wallets that might be connected to him that are kind of suspicious. So, the Banks being the character here to reach out to when, if you actually wanted to do something and be like, oh, this was all wrong, not what I had in mind, and I want to fix it, CoffeeZilla should be the person you reach out to, right? He should be the one you go through and try and make things right. Banks is not that.
Be on this episode. It's such a weird blend and mash of worlds. No,
It rolled out.
Don't cry, Hailey. It's fine. It's all gonna be okay. Life is gonna be okay. Oh, Hailey, no.
No, don't do that.
No,
don't stare at me.
No.
You just
You're adorable.
Just give us a minute.
Okay. It's gonna be okay.
Well, so basically, how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like what do they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto's gonna be a good place." And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it, and it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires up here.
Oh my God, you hear that? All the money from this episode, it's going to charity. So that means you can't go after her anymore. It's just putting money to charity. This is so dumb. Like, who cares? Donate the money, who cares? It has nothing to do with the scam. Not even a little bit. What about the money you made from the scam? Where's that money going? Right? What about the money that your team made from the scam? Where's that money going? Right? Like, saying you're going to donate the podcast money, like, who cares? This is like an attempt to use charity as a way to be like, put on your bulletproof vest. You can't come after anymore. You can't go after anything. I donate to charity, guys. Did you see that? I donate to charity. Are you insane? Like, you can't talk about me anymore. That's all I feel like this is like a move to try and to shift the heat off, to be like, oh, but guys, I'm going to charity. You know that, right? Charity's great. You like charity, right? Like, that's all this is. So that's a little snippet of their podcast thing. I'm not going to watch the whole thing because honestly, I just don't care. It's just going to be a bunch of excuses of, oh, it was everyone else's fault. It's not my fault. I'm a good person. I donate to charity. Didn't you see that? And don't, like, if you actually wanted something to be done right or make things right and you actually felt bad, I don't think Banks is the person to reach out to. Probably go down CoffeeZilla route. But that podcast, apparently with Banks, was not up to par. Didn't live up to what they had in mind, their deal that they had. This is Banks tweeting about it, saying in an attempt to hear Hailey Welch's side of the crypto scam story, I agreed to appear in her podcast and had some stipulations. One, no mark is to be manipulated by leaking the episode's existence before resolution was found. And that one wasn't lived up to. And then her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made and what that should do with the Hawk project moving forward. Didn't you hear? She's donating to charity. The money from that one podcast episode is going to charity. That's the solution. Ultimately, there'll never be a solution. There's never anything coming from this. If you lost money on this, you're not getting your money back. Like, sorry, it's not happening. They're not going to give you your money back. And we're in the years of crime. Like, Trump has a meme coin. The president has a meme coin that pumped and dumped a bunch of people, and, you know, at an insane scale. So, you know, this stuff seems to be pretty legal now. So I don't think anything's going to come to her legally anymore. But like these stipulations, basically saying like the episode would never air unless they agreed. So Banks and his team agreed to it. And then saying that these incompetent people leaked and or insider traded on the token. Noticed a random spike in volume on the coin, along with random messages asking us if we did the podcast. Very clearly, her team was not as solid as they claimed to be. They completely blew it, and we called the episode off right then and there. And it goes on saying the episode is randomly gets leaked, and the price of her Hawk coin is pumping. And then they completely fumbled the bag yet again, and it's a mess. And poor girl, it's a wonder how she found herself in this position in the first place. She's a part of it. Like, I don't care if you want to say, oh, she didn't, do any of the back end stuff or the team screwed her over. She is the face of this. So whether you like it or not, you put your face and your brand on this for some money. That's what happened. So whether or not you were involved in some back end or your team rug pulling people and you didn't know, it happened and you are the brand behind it. So clearly from Banks' point of view, basically, saying they didn't live up to their end of the bargain. I think you can look at the coin here. This is obviously recent stuff, and you can see some, it'd be about this thing here, right? This move up, big move up, and then a dump down, and even a smaller one here, and then a dump down. So someone maybe knowing that there's an episode going out and that's gonna get a lot of people talking and bring some people into the coin and bring some volume. Now if you zoom like all the way out, you can barely see it, right? But the idea would be from these people to get liquidity. So even though the price might not skyrocket and go to all-time highs where they can cash out again, they can bring in volume to sell and actually get their money out, whereas maybe they couldn't before. So even if the price doesn't rally, you could bring in volume and actually get your money out. But this is the saga of the Hawk Tuah Girl. Apparently, even Banks, this crypto savior that people seem to put him on a pedestal for crypto for some reason, he goes on and gets played by her team, the token, whatever you want to say, cancels the podcast, gets all upset, and there's no resolution. Shocking, right? I would have thought that the person who scammed everyone would have wanted to find a way to unscam them. Who would have thought that there would be no resolution? No one who lost money on this is getting their money back. And also, I kind of am losing the ability to care about people who are getting scammed by these meme coins, because it's happening so much, so often. You know what you're getting yourself into, yet people still go into this trap, put their money behind something, knowing that it's a scam, and are shocked when they lose money. So I don't know anymore. I don't think it's ever going away, especially now with the president running a meme coin. It doesn't seem like these are going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, honestly, Hawk Tuah Girl probably should have just ignored all of this and never came back to the internet. I don't see her having a massive successful career. I didn't see it lasting really anyways from a meme like this. I'm kind of surprised she made it this long, but you know, stealing from everyone on the internet and your fan base is definitely a way to burn your content bridge and your clout game. That's gonna do it for this video. As always, I'm wish and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.